Welcome back everybody to the Johnny Guitar channel. Today we are playing Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered with Shadowstep. And in the last episode, we were able to get back the Amulet of Kings. We slew Cameron, Markan Cameron. What's that guy's name? Anyways, we slew him. We got out of paradise. We gave the Amulet of Kings to Martin Septim. And now we're to head to the Imperial City. I did notice, though, that Martin, in his Emperor's garb, seems to want to follow me. So, I was just going to fast travel, but I think today we should kind of take ourselves on a little bit of an adventure. We'll take Adoring Fan, the two Germain brothers, and Martin Septim, future Emperor of Cyrodiil. He's got the Amulet of Kings. He's able to wear it because he is of the Septim bloodline. And we are going to relight the dragon fires, which will close all of the Oblivion gates. So, you know, a lot going on. Martin, you making it? Martin has already gotten stuck. Okay, you know what? We may actually be fast traveling. Martin, buddy? Where'd you end up, bud? Come on, you're on a horse. You are on a horse. You can do it. Let me just give you a little nudge. Nudge you along there. There you go. Okay, everybody, follow me. I've been having a real fun time here with Oblivion Remastered. It's an awesome game. I'm sure excited for Fallout 3 Remaster and all the other Fallout remasters. Over the course of this year, though, I'm talking 2025, we played a lot of fun games together, didn't we, everybody? We, of course, played some Skyrim. We played a little bit of Enderal and Tainted Grail. That was good times, good times. Of course, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas. All here on the Johnny Guitar channel. 2025 has been a good year for gaming. Finally, Bethesda seems to be getting their shit together and they're giving us remasters, which, you know what? Awesome. Take my money. Remaster them all. Just don't screw it up. Okay, this is not going to work, everybody. This is not going to work. We are going to have to fast travel to the frickin' temple now. This is going to be a tough episode because the game is going to want to crash on us, like, a lot. Let's start with appearing outside the city. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be, like, quick saving and saving the recording of our adventure here, in the hopes that it does not crash. Okay, can we wait? No, 5:30 a.m. Let's wait an hour. I want there to be a little bit of light so we can parade ourselves into the city. Anyways, you guys, thank you for watching Johnny Guitar. Thank you guys for being loyal subscribers. Please like the video. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I really appreciate you, and I hope you're doing well. Let's go ahead and throw down a quick save. Yeah, the game's definitely the game is probably gonna crash a couple times during this final battle of the main quest line. We're gonna do our best to get a good recording of it. The frame rate is 100% gonna drop, but you know what? We got this, everybody. We got this. Thanks again for joining us.
Let's continue on to the Elder Council chambers. Delay is dangerous. Of course. Against all hope, you returned from Cameron's paradise with the Amulet of Kings. We now have a chance to turn back Dagon's invasion. I must go to the Temple of the One and perform the ceremony to relight the dragonfires. But we must hurry. The barriers between our world and Oblivion weaken with every gate that is opened. If Mehrunes Dagon is able to cross over into our world, even relighting the dragonfires will not be able to send him back. As a young man, I grew impatient with Mages Guild restrictions, as did many of my fellow apprentices. We threw ourselves into the riddles of Daedric magic. We hungered for forbidden secrets. Knowledge and power were our gods. You can guess the rest. We got in over our heads. People died. My friends died. I've put those days behind me. But the bitter wisdom that one has been a fool is not without value. Let's continue on to the Elder Council chambers.
Good to see you again, sir. Martin was worried, but I knew you would bring back the Amulet of Kings for him. Martin Septim will soon claim his rightful place at the head of the Empire, and the Blades will stand beside him. May Uriel's spirit guide us in these troubled times, sire. Welcome to the Imperial Palace.
Everything is ready for Martin's arrival. Don't worry. Where is Martin? I was told that he had arrived in the capital.
Welcome to the Imperial Palace.
I've been expecting you. The full council has already considered the matter of Martin's claim to the Imperial throne in detail. Martin Septim, on behalf of the Elder Council, I accept your claim to
Chancellor
the Imperial
Okado!
throne.
Chancellor Okado! The city is under attack. Oblivion gates have opened and Daedra are inside the walls. The guard is overwhelmed.
Courage, soldier. We have an emperor again. Your Highness, what are your orders? Shall the guard fall back to the palace?
No. If we let ourselves get besieged in the palace, we're doomed. We must get to the Temple of the One immediately.
As you command, sire. Guards, form up and protect the Emperor. To the Temple of the One.
The Imperial City is under attack. Oblivion gates have opened all over the city and Daedra are pouring out. I must escort Martin safely to the Temple of the One where he can light the dragonfires, close the Oblivion gates, and save the city. Okay, cool. I'm excited. So, this is kind of going to be a fight I can't win. There's an endless amount of Daedra that are pouring into the city. So, mostly I got to try to get Martin. Oh man, this is going to be a tough fight, everybody. I am super excited about this. Yay.
Let's get this over to the temple. This is the part where you fall down and
That's for my father!
This ends here!
cut off, sire. We were the last to make it through from the Legion compound. My men and I are at your disposal. What are your orders?
I need to get to the Temple of the One. It's our only chance to stop Mehrunes Dagon.
Yes, sir. Let's move out.
The training of thousands. This ends here.
Betty.
Don't hurt me.
This ends here.
Quit saying now.
We're too late. Mehrunes Dagon is here. Lighting the dragon fires will no longer save us. The barriers that protected us from Oblivion are gone. I don't see how. Mortal weapons may hurt him. But now that he is physically here in Tamriel, they have no power to actually destroy him. Wait, yes. The amulet was given to mortals by Akatosh. It contains his divine power. But how to use this power against Dagon? The amulet was not intended as a weapon. I have an idea. One last hope. I must reach the Dragonfires and the Temple of the One. You'll just have to trust me. I know now what I was born to do, but I'll need your help. I have to get past Mehrunes Dagon somehow. Then I'll do the rest. Lead on, my friend. I'm with you.
Okay, now we're gonna lead Martin. So I just want to make sure. What do I need? Oh, I think I left it. Well, I've got a Welkin stone. I should have Welkin stones. So I'm not using my bow, even though I am definitely an archer, because I just... Oh, wait, so how do I do shortcuts again? Okay, Martin, follow me. Anyways, using a bow and arrow in these close quarters, I will just end up hitting. Look at this entourage you have. Oh, you guys are awesome. Oh, we are gonna slay. Okay, Martin, stay behind me, buddy. Alright, is this the right? Oh, I think we need to go this way. Sorry. Sorry, everybody follow me this way, please. You guys with me? Okay. Alright. I don't know what we're going to do about Mehrunes Dagon. I guess I just need to distract him. I'm going to distract him, okay? I do have Chill Rend, which does not seem to affect him. Alright, let's do this.
the might of the Imperial Legion! Take that!
I do what I must do. I cannot stay to rebuild Tamriel. That task falls to others. Farewell. You've been a good friend in the short time that I've known you. But now I must go. The dragon waits. The amulet is shattered. Dagon is defeated. With the dragon's blood and the amulet of kings, we have sealed the gates of Oblivion forever. The last of the Septims passes now into history. I go gladly, for I know my sacrifice is not in vain. I take my place with my father and my father's fathers. The Third Age has ended, and a new age dawns. When the next Elder Scroll is written, you shall be its scribe. The shape of the future, the fate of the Empire. These things now belong to you.
Oh my god, you guys, that was awesome. That looked great. And the game didn't crash once on me. That was amazing. There's a lot to be said about Oblivion's main quest, and we're going to say it all, but for now, light the dragon fires. Martin shattered the Amulet of Kings and transformed himself into an avatar of Akatosh, the dragon god of time. In dragon form, he banished Mehrunes Dagon to Oblivion and ended the Oblivion crisis, and then vanished. Whether he is dead or has ascended to join his ancestor Tiber Septim, no one knows. I see.
What happened? Where's Martin? I must congratulate him. Mehrunes Dagon is defeated. Cast back into Oblivion. We've won! What do you mean, gone? We saw the temple dome explode. The avatar of Akatosh appear. That was Martin? The joined blood of kings and gods. The amulet of kings. The divine power of Akatosh. Then Martin is gone. Yes, sealed forever. Mehrunes Dagon and his ilk can never threaten Tamriel again. Martin is dead, but he died an emperor and a hero to rival Tiber Septim. This victory is not without cost. We've lost Martin Septim. What an emperor he might have made. His sacrifice was necessary, but it leaves the Empire without an emperor. I don't know what happens now. There are troubled times ahead for the Empire. But now is not the time to worry about the future. Let's just give thanks that we're alive! In my capacity as Lord High Chancellor of the Elder Council, I hereby proclaim you Champion of Cyrodiil. And, as a small token of gratitude for your service to the Empire, I have ordered a suit of Imperial Dragon armor made for you. You have earned the highest rank possible in the Order of the Dragon, the illustrious Order of Imperial Knights, founded by Tiber Septim himself. It is a high honor. Only 6 other champions have been awarded in the history of the Empire. We are now the stewards of the Empire. We can hold the Empire together in the short term. But to be honest, I don't know what will happen. The provinces have been restive for years, even before the latest crisis. With no legitimate claimant for the Dragon Throne, troubled times lie ahead. I know he's gone. As the Chancellor of the Elder Council, my concern now is how to choose his successor. Imperial Dragon armor is normally worn only by the Emperor himself, but you deserve no less, champion. Imperial Dragon armor is not... The dragon will stand forever as a memorial to what you and Martin did for all of Tamriel.
Okay. Sweet. Well, it looks like one Gilbert Germain, you're still alive. Where's your brother? Should be alive. Adoring fan, you somehow lived. Looks like everybody's crawling out of their hidey holes. Yeah, that was amazing. That was awesome. I have so many... Let's start talking. Let's start talking. First, let's move our way through the city.
I can't believe it's over. That giant demon, the dragon. What happened? Have we won?
Is there something you need, champion?
Yeah, I'm wondering when I get my armor.
Imperial Dragon armor is normal.
Okay,
Anytime,
whatever,
champion, you see it.
The avatar of Akatosh himself? There it is.
I saw it. I guess we should go to the market, see if we can sell anything, but I mean, do I even need money?
We're alive! You did it!
Don't really need money, you know? At this point in the game, there's no point. So I'm now a champion of Cyrodiil, which I
Pardon
love.
me.
Oh.
I'm sorry to trouble you, but I was sent to ask for your help. Where are my manners? I'm Rolsa Norvalo. My husband Gillen has requested that I find you and ask if you'd assist him. Normally, I wouldn't approach a total stranger like this, but Gillen seemed so insistent. Please, forgive my audacity. Thank you. Gillen always tends to exaggerate, but in this case, he sounded earnest, which worries me a bit. He said to tell you that the matter he needs help with is of the utmost importance to the citizens of the Imperial City. You're to meet him at Cyrodiil's house, which is located in the Temple District. He said all will be explained when you get there. That's all he told me to say. Thank you. I'm sure he'll be pleased. I must go now. Good day to you.
How are you today?
Okay, did we lose your brother? I think we might have lost that guy's brother. That woman, Ralsa, who's just talking to me, that's odd because I don't know if she always would have approached me, or if she specifically approached me because we have now completed the main quest. I don't know. Jeez, looks like 2 weeks. The Imperial Legion compound in 2 weeks. Alright. Well, let's just go ahead and talk with that lady's husband then, I guess. We're first going to stop by her house, of course. So, do you guys like Skyrim? Do you play a lot of Skyrim? What just happened with Mehrunes Septim was very important to Skyrim. Let me lay it out for you. Because I've seen a lot of people arguing whether what's better, you know, Oblivion or Skyrim. And I think it's a little silly to even do, like, if you read a really good book, you don't say, oh, well, you know, my favorite chapter is chapter 5, right? You don't say, I like chapter 5, so I'm not going to bother with chapter 4. Well, you got to read chapter 4 to get to chapter 5, and that's kind of the way I feel about Oblivion. Is a lot of what just happened with Mehrunes Septim leads us to Skyrim and the troubles we have in Skyrim. So, let's quickly go over them. For one, actually we should be sleeping while we do this, because I do want to get that armor. So let's just pop into here. So we just lost an Emperor in Mehrunes Septim, and, oh, Reynold, you're still alive. Okay. So we just lost an Emperor. And so now the High Council is in charge, and they have to find a new Emperor. And there's going to be... Remember that there's like 200 years of history between Oblivion and Skyrim. So first off, there's going to be a lot of infighting, and there's going to be a bit of a civil war. But in the end, if you played Skyrim, you know that Titus Mede II becomes the Emperor, which is like, good for you, bro. Now, if you wanted to know the full history of how that was accomplished, there are books in Skyrim that kind of lay it out. I love how, as Martin died, it was the end of the Third Era. That's how important this main quest was. They now change the way they count time based on the Oblivion Crisis, which I think is so cool. When you're playing Skyrim, read a book called The Oblivion Crisis, and it will 100% give you the full story of yourself, your character. They just, in the book, they call you the hero of Kvatch, the prisoner, you know. But, yeah, you made it. You made it into the book, apparently. Secondly, during the Oblivion Crisis, as we know, Oblivion Gates opened all over Nirn. Not just in Cyrodiil. So they opened in Skyrim, they opened in Blackmarsh. The Argonians actually fought off the Daedra and started invading the Oblivion Gates themselves, which is just so badass of the Argonians. But these Oblivion Gates were also opening up in Somerset Isles. Now, the Thalmor were a small, extreme faction, political faction within the Aldmeri Dominion. The Thalmor were not in charge during the events of this game. But once the Oblivion Gates suddenly closed within the Somerset Isles, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but I believe that the Thalmor took credit for that. They took credit for shutting down the Oblivion Gates, and through that, they were able to gain more political power in the Aldmeri Dominion until they basically took over, in a sense, and that leads to the Thalmor attacking the Empire, which is now weakened, because remember, with Mehrunes Septim gone, the Empire's weakened, there's a bit of a civil war, then the Thalmor, or the Aldmeri Dominion, attacks. They are brutal, and they attack a divided empire. Eventually, Titus Mede, who I guess is the Emperor at that point, I forget who the Emperor was. Anyways, they signed the White Gold Concordat, which was, they basically just surrendered to the Thalmor. They shouldn't have, though, because you know what? Skyrim didn't surrender to the Thalmor, nor did High Rock. The Red Guards of High Rock actually fought the Thalmor off. Personally, I think the Empire should have kept fighting, but you know what? It was tough. There are plenty of books in Skyrim that explain these wars about the White Gold Concordat. They were in a tough position, whatever. So, because of Martin Septim and the choice we just witnessed him making to sacrifice his life to stop Mehrunes Dagon, it ended up giving the Thalmor power, which leads to the game Skyrim, where the Thalmor have signed the White Gold Concordat with a divided empire, and they have taken over Cyrodiil, and they're trying to take over Skyrim. And if you play the Dark Brotherhood questline in Skyrim, you get to assassinate Titus Mede II. So yeah, there's a lot going on. Okay, you guys, a lot going on. And I kind of like that. I like that if you really, and I've mentioned this before, if you're playing this game, you may notice that it seems like Martin Septim is the main character. You know, if this was a movie, right? And your character's kind of like the shady side guy, you know? That's kind of how I see it. That Martin Septim is the main character. You're kind of, you know, the skilled, cool guy that's hanging out with him. I don't know. I like that you're not the chosen one in this game, though. I feel like it really opens up more opportunities for role-playing, which wouldn't normally be there. Yeah. I don't know how long it's been, but we're going to take a pause on that. I'm kind of curious to see what this dude has to say. So we're going to head back to the Temple District. Now, I believe they will clean up all the rubble and mess that was in the Temple District. Let us see. Is that the Temple? Okay, we'll just run there.
A kind. How goes it?
That was an awesome battle. That battle with Martin and Mehrunes Dagon looked really good. I had forgotten, well, I knew that battle existed, but in the original Oblivion it didn't look great. So maybe I ignored it, but that was awesome. So anyways, as I'm saying, I don't think there should be a kind of competition between Oblivion and
You
Skyrim.
have my ear.
I think they're just different chapters in the same book, and they're both of equal importance because the events of this game lead into some of the more exciting quests and events in Skyrim. Can't have one without the other. So, for me, sure, there are games I prefer. I really like Morrowind, I really like Oblivion, but honestly, I play Skyrim the most. If you're going to count the amount of hours, I play Skyrim the most. For a variety of reasons. If you've ever watched my Skyrim videos, I talk about why I love Skyrim so much. Mods help. The fact that I can mod the game makes it highly replayable. Alright, let's pop in here and let's see what this dude wants our help with, because this is a quest I've never done. There's actually plenty of quests in this game that I've probably never done. I feel like I've done the majority of them. Oh, and what's that you say? DLC? The Shivering Isles? The Knights of the Nine? Well, we'll see. Let's go talk with this guy. Oh. Does he live in the back? What's going on? Anyways, I'm not 100%. I mean, we will eventually do the DLCs because they are fun, but if we're being honest with each other, I think I want to take a little break before we jump into the DLC. Let's go talk to Cyrodiil.
It's an honor to finally meet you. When I heard you were in town, I just had to send for your help. Your reputation precedes you. Oh, allow me to introduce myself. I am Cyrodiil. Likewise. Sorry to send Gillen's wife to get you in that manner, but it seems safer if we weren't seen on the streets right now. If you'll come with me. Splendid. Watch your step.
Hello. I'm Sylvan Dolovas, assistant and bodyguard to Cyrodiil. Let's leave it at that.
I'm honored by your presence. Hear out Cyrodiil first, then we'll speak.
Welcome. You're now in the sanctuary of the Order of the Virtuous Blood. Few outside our circle have ever set foot in our hallowed hall. We are, for lack of a better word, defenders. We guard the city from an infestation that plagues it. We are vampire hunters. I'm sure you are familiar with these despicable beings, feeding on the innocent as if they were cattle. Well, this group was formed to combat them. Alas, we are but 3 old men, not able to match the fighting prowess of a vampire. We lack the strength to defeat them in battle. Our goal is to root out the vampires that live in our fair city. So far, we've been unsuccessful finding one, until now. It's come to the Order's attention that Temple District resident Roland Genseric is a vampire, and has already claimed one victim. That's where you come in. We want you to slay this vampire, and cleanse the city of his filth before he can feed or kill again. A few nights ago, I was roaming the city as I often do, looking for any signs of a vampire. As I headed past Roland's house, I heard a cry. I rushed into the back garden to find Roland struggling with a woman he'd been courting. I tried to intervene, but he was too strong. He threw his lover to the ground and turned his attention on me. Luckily, I managed to run back into the street and escape his grasp. I hid for a while and then returned to the garden. Roland was gone, and the woman was dead. She had 2 puncture marks on the nape of her neck. That's when I realized he was a vampire. The Order needs you to track him and destroy him. I would start by searching his home. He hasn't been there for days, so it should be safe. Return to us here if you have questions. We meet at night. His home is located in the Temple District, right across the garden from my home, in fact. Ironic, isn't it? Vampires are nasty creatures. They drink the blood of others to conceal their true nature. Such trickery makes them difficult to find. You may ask Gillen Norvallo or Greythroat about these creatures as well. They've learned much. Who knows when Roland may strike again? You must hurry.
My knowledge is at your disposal. Roland was always a quiet man. It was only recently he'd met that young lady. Poor girl. They must avenge her death. It's said that the bite of a vampire has the chance of infecting the victim. If this occurs, they'll become a vampire in a few days. Be cautious. Vampires are clever, so watch your back.
How can I be of service? Roland was very much the loner. He never married and was rarely seen outside his house. I'm surprised his secret wasn't discovered sooner. The vampire cannot exist in the daylight for long. As the sun's rays strike his flesh, it will burn as if on fire. Be ever vigilant. Vampires are creatures of deceit.
Hello again.
Anything you
fellow
require.
vampire.
You're welcome.
You know what, I do remember this quest. I have done this quest many times. Many times. In fact, do you guys want a spoiler alert? We're kind of pretty deep into this game. You know what, I'm going to do it. Spoiler alert for this quest. This is actually a very interesting quest and a lot of fun, and it didn't trigger because I beat the main quest. It would have triggered anyways, no matter what. The point is, you guys, I'm going to spoil this for you. 3, 2, 1. Those dudes that I just met with, the Order of whatnot, they're the ones that are vampires, okay? They only meet at night. This Roland guy is innocent. They are vampires, and eventually I need to slay them. And they're just trying to get me to do their dirty work. So. Stop looking at me.
Stay, go. What do I care?
Looks like you're in some trouble. Since we are friends, don't worry. I'll look the other way and take care of that fine for you.
Thank you. It's the freaking adoring fan's fault. He just...
All hail the champion of Cyrodiil.
Thank you. I am the champion, everybody. Nope. Seriously? Oh, freaking adoring fan. What an asshole. Yeah. Oh my god, look, I opened that. You know how I opened that, everybody? You know how that was done? Luck. I've got 65 luck. Okay. Let's see if we can find some evidence. Okay, never mind. So yeah, in this quest we get to do a little bit of oh, did I miss something? Right there, shopping list. Handbill, I think the handbill is from... Okay. Shoot. Shit, I'm out of lockpicks. You guys see any other papers floating around? Not seeing much. Is that a book? After searching Roland's home, I found a letter written to Roland from his girlfriend. It mentions a cabin where the two would meet. It's located east of the Imperial City in the Great Forest. I think this may be where Roland could be hiding. I should head out there immediately. Can't wait for you to return, blah blah blah. Okay. I mean, I guess we're just killing a little bit of time, considering that I need to wait 2 in-game weeks before I can get my dragon armor, and that's truly what I'm trying to do here, is get me some dragon armor. How did I not discover this? Okay, I guess we're going... Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna put this game down. It's a large game. It takes up a lot of space on my system. Oh, how did I miss? So yeah, it takes up a lot of space on my system, so I kind of want to just shelf the game for a couple months. There's other games I want to play, obviously. You guys know me. You guys know what kind of games I like. So yeah, we're going to be putting this game on the back burner. I will come back to it. We will eventually do a DLC playthrough, meaning with the same character, most likely. The Knights of the Nine, Shivering Isles, which I really love the Shivering Isles DLC. I think it's one of the better DLCs for Elder Scrolls games. But that's going to be something we do in the future, everybody. I don't think I really want to do that right now.
Stay away. Go away. I know what you're here for. Just leave me alone. Vampires? Why would you ask me about those filthy creatures? That bastard. Seridor dares accuse me of being a vampire? Me? Ha! He's the one who is the vampire. I can't believe him. I knew he would try and pin this on me. If only I could get my hands on him. I'm sorry. I've been hiding up here in this cabin and I forgot my manners. Try and understand. I loved her. I'd never harm her. Ralphina was the love of my life. For the first time, I had a positive outlook. Then I saw Seridor looking at her with those coveting eyes. When she started taking walks in the garden at night, I became suspicious. I didn't want to lose her. I should have trusted her. Oh, Relfina. Yes, I must let someone else know. That night, I decided to follow Relfina. I wanted to see where she went on her walks. When she stopped in the garden and Seridor stepped out of the shadows, my heart sank. Then suddenly he was upon her. She seemed entranced as he wrapped his arms around her and sank his teeth into her neck. I burst from my hiding place and attacked Seridor. He became startled for a moment and tossed Relfina aside. She fell to the ground, and I heard a sickening crack as her head struck a stone. I was no equal to Seridor. He knocked me down in one quick movement. As I lost consciousness, I saw him laugh and then run away. Now I know why he didn't finish me that night. He wanted to cast suspicions on me instead. I panicked. By the time I awoke, her body was gone. I knew Seridor was a respected member of the community. They'd never believe he was a vampire. I retreated here to the cabin to collect my thoughts. I suppose you must decide what to do. Are you going to kill me? Thank you. I'm happy you gave me a chance to explain. I know about Seridor and his secret order. What better way for a vampire to hide than to pretend he hunts them? You may want to speak to Phintius at the first edition bookshop in the market district of the city. I know he goes there occasionally. I doubt that he's told Gillen and Greythroat anything, but you could always try. As you know, the vampire can't remain in sunlight. I'd wager that you'll never see Seridor outside during that time of day. Remain leery of Seridor. He's much more cunning than you may suspect.
Okay, yeah, see, like I said. What time is it? What time of day is it? So yeah, we're gonna jump back into Oblivion Remastered, but we're gonna take a little time. Like I said, there's lots of stuff I want to do. If we did play, so I would do the Shivering Isles and Knights of Nine DLC, but also sometimes I think about creating a new character. There's also faction quest lines, like right here, these guys meeting at this garden. That's the Thieves Guild. So there are also faction quest lines we could take. Now with this particular character, because of what we did earlier in the game, I cannot join the Dark Brotherhood. We blocked ourselves out of that. So just there's no doing the Dark Brotherhood, but we could do the Thieves Guild storyline. It's a pretty good one, and it features an Elder Scroll. Yes, it's the only quest line in the entire game, a game called The Elder Scrolls, that features an Elder Scroll. Hey, you know how that guy Roland just said that what better way to hunt to be a vampire than claim to be a vampire hunter or whatever? I think that the guy in Bruma is playing a similar con where he claims he's a vampire hunter. Yeah, a lot going on here in Oblivion. Anyways, you guys, check out the Johnny Guitar channel. There's a lot going on. I'm having a lot of fun. Hope you guys are doing okay. I am going to just skip ahead. Actually, well, maybe how long have we been? We got a couple minutes. Let's go ahead and finish this quest line really quick. I'll kind of edit it so we can all fit in here, and we'll kind of make like a last episode, maybe? Yeah, I think this is the last episode of Elder Scrolls Oblivion, everybody. This is it, you know what I mean? This is it.
Oh, hey, sweet lady of Wayrest. Oh, hey, sweet lady of mine. Oh, I'll see you again, yes, I'll see you again. Sweet lady of Wayrest, so fine.
The thought of what might have happened if you and Martin hadn't stopped Dagon's invasion. But it's over. Thank Akatosh, the Oblivion invasion is over and we've survived. Seradar? He comes in from time to time. Usually it's when he's out shopping. He always comes in with a large amount of travel food in his bag. Then sometimes he buys a few books. I asked him once about it, and he said that he goes out of the city on business trips. I think I overheard him once mention Memorial Cave to another patron of mine, but he never talked to me about it directly. Yes, it's outside of the Imperial City. I heard it's a place where many of the heroes from past wars are buried. Sort of a subterranean graveyard. I just assumed Seradar had a relative that died and is buried there. Not many people go out there anymore, as the route is dangerous. But Seradar's a stubborn one. Takes integrity for a man to risk his own life to honor the fallen. I admire him for that. I looked it up once in an old atlas I had in stock. Here, let me mark it on your map. This is the only bookstore in the city. Good day.
You know what, you guys? I think we're going to continue this later. Yeah, I think we're going to have one more episode of Oblivion Remastered with Carriage Shadowstep. We're going to finish up this vampire quest line because I've already started it. And I'm sure I will collect my thoughts. I think I have a few more things I want to say about Oblivion Remastered. And then we're going to grab the beautiful, beautiful dragon armor gear that we can get. I love it. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, we're going to have one more episode. So stay tuned to Johnny Guitar, everybody. Come back. Leave me comments. Let me know what you thought about this playthrough. Let me know what you think about Elder Scrolls or Fallout games. Just let me know. Comment, like. Thank you guys for joining me. This has been a lot of fun playing Oblivion Remastered. One more episode, everybody. We can do it. One more. Thank you for watching Johnny Guitar. We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.